details about President-elect Trump's transition after his big win on Tuesday into Wednesday morning. Vice President Kamala Harris delivered a concession speech yesterday at her alma mater, Howard University in Washington, where she stressed the importance of accepting the election result and urged her supporters to, quote, never give up the fight for our democracy.
While I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign. The fight for freedom, for opportunity, for fairness, and the dignity of all people.
CBS News chief election and campaign correspondent Robert Costa joins us now from Washington after a long couple of days for him as well. Bob, good morning. The work begins right away for political correspondents, though, because the Trump transition team seems to have gotten to work right away. What can you tell us about it?
Good morning. It's such a fascinating moment to watch as a reporter because it's unlike what we saw in 2016, Tony. In 2016, Trump wins the White House as an outsider. Now, as president-elect, he's someone who has served in the office before. So you don't see the kind of chaos on the outside in terms of this transition process. But to be sure, based on our conversations with Trump sources, there is a convulsion on the horizon. They are prepared inside the Trump inner circle to upend how the federal government works, installing Trump loyalists, people who are aligned with him on policy across the federal government. Now, that's normal with any new administration. But Trump wants to really take on what he believes is an embedded group of people inside the federal government, bureaucrats, and put people who like his policies, his ideas in there.
Talk to us, Bob, about who you expect to play a major role in the Trump administration. Some that are obvious and some that are not so obvious. What are you hearing?
The obvious people, Gayle, are the Republicans who like Trump and have been supportive of him. He's going to likely pluck some people out of Congress to serve in the cabinet. What's interesting is that he's really casting a wide net, I'm told by his confidants, in terms of who's going to be ambassadors to different countries, who's going to be in the cabinet. He's looking to Silicon Valley, friends and allies of Elon Musk, friends and allies of Donald Trump Jr., his son, people who know Tucker Carlson. It's about this wider movement of populism and conservatism in this country, Trumpism, and all of these people have entry into these discussions about the transition. So it's a non-traditional transition in that sense.
And Bob, you have covered the criminal cases against Trump extensively. Now the Justice Department is looking to wind them down before the inauguration. What does that mean for Trump? And also, why are they doing that?
It's worth noting this is a stunning crossroads for the legal challenges facing President-elect Trump. We covered all of the trials. I sat there in the New York City courtroom. He was under investigation from the Justice Department. But because he is now president-elect, the Justice Department believes it will be very hard to prosecute the person who is in charge of the Justice Department, who nominates the Attorney General. It creates a constitutional tension. And so you see the Justice Department now starting to wind down these investigations because logically and legally, it'd be hard to prosecute the person who's running it all. But this raises questions about accountability. I know a lot of Democrats and even some Republicans don't like to see Trump escaping scrutiny on these issues. But to be sure, Congress is still part of the guardrails in our system, and the Justice Department as well, to a point.
All right, Bob, thank you very much. It's a new day in Washington on many levels. Thank you so much.